Hello and good morning, Gary Champion, Psychic Medium. Today's video is a think piece. You like those, don't you? And I'll set it up for you. It's not like a joke, but it does need a setup. For years, I would be reading at psychic fairs across the country, and I was a known reader, far and wide. And occasionally at a show, someone would come up and start talking about quantum physics and how it fits into what I do. And I'd say, yeah, yeah. And they'd go off being happy that I'd agreed with them, but I didn't know what they were talking about. I still don't know. But they were convinced of it as though these are real people. These aren't mediums. They're real people, real citizens, not flaky like me. And they, for some reason, needed to justify their belief in the ability of certain people to talk to the other side. I'm sure they did it to healers as well. I'm sure they said, oh, you know what you're doing is quantum physics. And they probably did like, oh, really? Because no one's going to say, oh, tell me about it. I have nothing else to do. I'm here to work and you're telling me about quantum physics. They're selling their theory, which is okay, but they need to do it on their time, not when I'm working. That was I wasn't angry about it. I'm here to work. People are lined up here. I've got to go. But periodically, 3 or 4 times a year, that's a lot. So this is a long time after that started. I got up this morning and thought, gee, for some reason, I feel stupid and I'll look up quantum physics. I'll understand that. And I found a video that said quantum physics for 7-year-olds. And I thought, okay, this is right up my alley. And I watched maybe 10 minutes of it and I clicked to stop and I looked at the comments down below and they said pretty much what I was thinking. I must be a 6-year-old. I'm not getting any of this. Because people who understand and deal in quantum physics, quantum mechanics, won't allow themselves to explain something in a simple manner. I don't know why, but there you go. It's the same reason doctors like to write shit in Latin. It's the same thing. Look at my knowledge. I know all this stuff. Write it in English. So I moved on from that and then clicked on some articles off the internet about quantum physics. And like these 4 main principles and blah, blah, blah. I'm not a scientist. I'm poor at math. Why do I want to know this? Why am I doing this morning? A beautiful Monday morning. The sun's out. Well, because when I first got up this morning, this occurred to me, quantum physics. And I know it's not an accident. And perhaps there's something there, not in the way that I don't know what their theory is. I never got that far. I never listened to it in all the years I was out there trying to understand quantum physics or mechanics. They're the same thing. I can't get past the blah, 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 blah. Thought this was for 7-year-olds. No 7-year-old can understand any of this crap you're saying. I'm pretty old and I haven't got a clue. Anyway, I started thinking maybe there's something to what they're talking about in a different way. That if I can't understand quantum mechanics, I can put a twist on it. Quantum mechanics is a study of subatomic particles. neutrons, protons, what's the other one? Electrons, atomic part, and I think they've discovered some even smaller parts. Quarks is one, and because these guys have nothing to do but get a big microscope and look, say, oh, look, there's something even smaller. Which does what? Will it make a better soup? Do I need to understand the universe at subatomic particle level? No, no one does. Only these guys that study it need to know it. We don't need to know it, which is probably why they have no funding. Anyway, I started thinking, I wonder if subatomic particles are affected by me reading someone. And my subatomic particles changed when I began to read someone. I know that things come out of me during that moment, that it feels to me like something reaches out to someone I'm reading, and to the other side as well. I take from here and I give to there, so I'm in the middle. And I started thinking, since I'm studying healing, not really studying it, it's like subatomic particles. I'm looking at it, but there's no way I'm studying it, because who can explain something you can't see? Which may be the problem with quantum mechanics, quantum physics. You can't see it. And then there's the question that came up in my mind, does it exist if I can't see it? If I can't put my hand out and pick it up, does it exist? It may exist, but it doesn't exist for me. This ink pen exists because I use it and pick it up, and it's a known quantity. Subatomic particles, you can't see them with an electron microscope. So what good is it? Well, it might explain a few things. It might explain that when someone is healing someone, that they're changed at the subatomic level. Healing certainly probably occurs there. If you cut your finger and it heals, something at that low level has to be happening. I thought, if someone is healing someone, the energy doesn't come from a healer, it comes from the other side. You sort of direct it. And since I'm a medical intuitive, I can usually find out what's wrong with someone, and then I psychically send it where it's supposed to go. And it always does what you tell it to do. Maybe we'll get into that some other time. About the energy and what it is. I doubt that anybody knows. I have a theory. My guys have told me. So for me, it's a fact. For you, it'd be a theory. I'm wandering all over the place. Anyway, is there any way anybody could look at subatomic particles in an area that's being healed by a healer? And do they alter significantly? Do they begin to bounce around in different ways? Maybe they go up and down instead of sideways. Maybe they go like this. Maybe they do all those things. Where at rest, they maybe don't. I doubt that subatomic particles are ever at rest. Electrons always going around the nucleus of the atom. There's no slowing down. But so let me recap. Years ago, people started telling me quantum mechanics or quantum physics had to do with what I'm doing, trying to justify in their mind, because humans like to put things in a category. Even if you don't belong in a category, they like to, oh, he's one of those, or oh, he's like that, or oh, that fingernail polish is red. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a pink. It just looks red to you. Anyway, as humans, we tend to want to put things in little boxes, and then we're happy with them. If they're not little, and people too, you're like me, and a lot of you who watch this video are, you notice people begin to put you in a box. They're a lesbian. They're a this. They're Republican. They're a Democrat. They're a Methodist. And as soon as they can get you into a box, then they're happy. Seems to take all their angst away. They understand now. Quantum mechanics, no one understands, even the guys that blah, blah, blah about it all day long. It's too complicated. If they can't explain it, then probably they don't understand it. Everything can be explained in smaller words. It doesn't require large words. They just think it does because that's how they got taught it. So anyway, I believe that subatomic particles are changed when a healer heals someone. I believe they are changed when you read them, especially if it changes who you are. Because we're just a collection of atoms, a lot of water. Anyway, no, I'm not on drugs. I'm not hallucinating. And the same thing could be applied to plants. There was this theory years ago that's still talked about where if you talk to your plants, they grow better. If you play a certain kind of music to a ficus, then it grows differently. And if music, and I believe that's true, and if music can affect a plant's subatomic particles where it grows quicker and healthier, then why not a healing energy? You can't see music either. You can hear it, but you can't see it. You can't get your hands on it. You can create it, but you can't see it. You can't see love. That exists. For most of us who are in love, it exists. For those who aren't, I don't know. Healing energy can be felt. I have clients now. I'm starting to do a little bit of healing. And one the other day said, boy, it got really, really warm. I was concerned that it was going to burn me or something. And I thought, okay, well, that's good to know. So if it does that, then it does affect subatomic particles. You know, those little neutrons and protons, whatever, they get faster and faster and faster when they heat up. Does that affect healing? Certainly has to be connected to it. Anyway, any of you great thinkers out there who understand quantum mechanics and in humans, not subatomic particles in an ink pen, they don't care about that. Subatomic particles in a human or a dog like Peanut. Peanut was just here a minute ago talking about you guys, how he really wants to get some airtime. But his mother took him for a walk. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. If you believe that the healing energy that comes from some other place that will create warmth and something that you're healing, not you're healing, the energy's healing it. You're just guiding it, but you don't really, it's not Superman crap. I'm not actually flying in the air. If it works, and if so, can we measure it? And that's, I gotta go. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.